Hey everybody, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Oh yeah, and also it's going to be a smorgasbord of shaves and clown puke today on Barber Dave's Shaves and Such. Hey everybody, it's Sunday, and yes, as I said earlier, Super Bowl Sunday. Whoopee. So it is the one day out of the year, or a couple of days out of the year, where we can eat junk, and I mean junk, chicken wings and just crap, while we watch $10 million commercials and a concert. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's some football somewhere in there. Yeah, who cares? Anyways, so today, in reverence of that special day, we're going to be doing just a smorgasbord of stuff. My good buddy, Rich, Major Rich, did a video a couple days ago regarding what's called clown puke, and we're going to go into that. But first, the razor we'll be using today is part of my 7-day set, and it is a Soligen Germany beautiful 7-day set. I'm using the Wednesday razor because the Sunday razor has got a cracked scale, and I just don't want to take the chance. Okay, for the soap, we are using TSC Clown Puke. Now, why does it say TSC Clown Puke? Well, what Clown Puke soap is everyone who's been in the wet shaving game for a long time knows that when you get towards the bottom of the puck, you get a donut. Well, after the donut starts breaking up, and then your brush starts pushing it around, and it just gets to be a pain in the butt. Well, some people take that soap, boom, toss it in the trash. Ha ha ha! You don't need to do that. Take those little remnants and smash them into a separate container. Do that for a long time, and you get this. Now, this one right here was an auction, I think, or a piff that my good buddy Nurse Dave did. Speaking of Nurse Dave, come and see us at Drinks and Dave's on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., our live show. But anyhow, this has got like 41 different soaps in it. Now, what's unique about Clown Puke is that for some weird reason, now this is soaps of all different manufacturers, all different types, all tallow, non-tallow, but for some reason, the synergy with all these different fragrances and all these different soap bases works, and it works very, very well, as you'll see. That's why I did not pre-lather the puck. So we'll do that now. The brush we're using today, again, another smorgasbord brush, is the Grey Dog Keyhole, and this has got a 2-band synthetic knot in it. So I'm going to go ahead and load it just to give you an idea. And it literally jumps right off the puck. And you can't really describe the smell because it's just an amalgamation of those 40 or 50 different soaps all playing well together. And it's one of those mysteries of the shaving universe that just works. So if you've been throwing your soaps away, don't do that. Get a separate container, not like you don't have a empty shave puck or shave container somewhere, and just start taking those little bits and remnants of soap as you go through them and smash them down into that bowl. And then once you get to an area where you feel you have enough, start using it, label it as Clown Puke, and you can go from there. And it's just wonderful. It may take you a while to get some, but why not? Better than you get the full usage of the soap. So that was, I don't know, you guys have the stopwatches, I don't, but there's the load. And we're going to face lather today. Let's see what happens. So it's another one of those little tips and tricks of the shaving world that, oh, I forgot to do something. Hold that thought. I got to rinse all this off. I'm going to try something today that I've had for a few years, but I've never used it. My partner in crime at the Shaving Cadre and soap maker extraordinaire, Chris Lindsay with CBL Soaps, had made a pre-shave oil. And I rarely use pre-shave oils. But this is kind of cool because it comes in this little roll-on thing. So I am going to try it. And it absorbs quickly, and it is supposed to soften the beard. Because I know there's a lot of pre-shave oils out there. I think if you wash your face well enough and hydrated, you don't really need it. But I was digging around, deciding what we might do for the $1,300 or $1,300 13 subscriber giveaway, which I'm going to go into that in a few minutes. So I just rubbed that oil on, and let's see what it does. And as I said, I have a list somewhere of all the soaps that went into this amalgamation. I don't have it handy, but I know it was at least 40. If Nurse Dave still has the list and wants to post it in the comments, please do. But it'll give you an idea of how many soaps are in here. But it's just a wonderful scent. And like I said, all these soaps from different soap makers, tallow, non-tallow, just work incredibly well together. I mean, you can see just how nice this lather is. The razor itself, and we'll go over the rest of the smorgasbord items later on, but the rest of the accoutrement that we're using for the shave day, we'll go over in a little bit. So, are you watching the Super Bowl? If you are you eating some good crap, like I think all of us will plan on doing? This razor has been stropped 30 and 60, 30 on linen, 60 on my Tony Miller strop, and then another 20 on a convex bench strop. As I mentioned when I did my first reviews of these razors, I did not hone these razors. I purchased this set from my good buddy Matt, Lukey3262, and I right now cannot remember what he honed these on. I think they're on Japanese Naturals, and I just have stropped. That's it, and they're wonderful. All right, first pass. So let's talk a little bit about the 1,300 subscriber giveaway. Well, I do not claim to know how the YouTube algorithm works. And so we were climbing really, really fast. We were at 1270, and then we jumped to 1275, and I was excited that we were only 25 away from our giveaway. Then all of a sudden, boom, we went backwards, and we got as low as 1265 and hung there for a few days, and then it went back up to 1269, stayed there for a bunch of days, and now yesterday I was at 1273, and now I'm back down to 1269. So I don't know if people are getting to the channel and saying, yeah, God, this guy's a blowhard, see you later, or if they're bots, or if they're YouTube algorithm bots that subscribe and then take the subscription away. I have no idea. So I don't know when we'll hit 1,300. I really don't. I mean, I was really excited because, obviously I'd like to get to a 5-digit number one of these days, but so I don't know. I'm still planning on either a straight razor, a watch, or a bunch of shaving gear for maybe the new shavers. I don't know yet. So we're at today, as of today, we're at 1269. Please tell your friends, like, subscribe, smash that button and all that kind of happy stuff. And we'll get to 1,300 so I can give some stuff away. And while you're at it, and you're doing all that wonderful subscribing and everything, come over and see us at the Shaving Cadre. That's www.theshavingcadre.com. I was also glad to see the last week sometime during a video, I had asked everybody to make a comment on some of the items that you may have seen on the channel or on my shaving tutorials. And I was glad to see that the one that was the most popular for the straight shaving part of it was the two-handed Fool's Pass. And the top two were the Fool's Pass and the flat blading or flat planing, however you want to use it. So I appreciate your comments on that. I hope that those of you that are trying those items are enjoying it. In fact, I was kind of excited and kind of intrigued that somebody commented, and I believe he subscribed, and he's one of the ones that said that he liked the flat, or not the flat blading, the Fool's Pass, which I'll show you in a minute. And his channel, I checked out his channel, and his channel is kind of an amalgamation of other clips and videos of shaving and other things. And I was honored that I actually made it onto that that thing that somebody else is showing my stuff. Now, some could argue and say, well, wait a minute, he's profiting off your work. I don't care. I mean, if somebody, to me, somebody who is copying something or showing something that I've done in a positive light, not a negative light, but in a positive light, is a compliment. You know, they say that, you know, whether it be copying or if somebody mentions you, it's the highest form of compliment. So I appreciate that. The shave is going beautifully, and as you can see, the lather is just great. So if you haven't done a clown puke tub, you need to. So as I said, once we get to 1,300, I'll announce what I'm planning on giving away. I will say, once I get to between 2,000 and 2,500 subscribers, we are going to give a monster giveaway. And it'll probably include straight razors, shave gear, shave soap, and a watch. But that's quite a ways off, probably. But that depends on you guys. And I also appreciate you, those of you that follow my community blog Wednesdays through Saturdays. Because of the time that I go to the barbershop, I don't have time to video stuff, and I'm finding I'm having less and less time to do straight razor shaves during the week, but I do a blog talking about my shaves and then also about the watch of the day, because I'm kind of moving towards having a watch channel too down the road, and I just post what watch I'm wearing. So this is the item that got a lot of the likes. And that's basically, I take my index finger and I hold, and I actually just use two hands to do the fool's pass. And if you notice, for the most part, I keep the blade, because I lock it in with my two fingers, and I keep the blade steady, and I move my head. I found that that gives me the most stable platform, because if you're moving the razor too much and something happens, you slip, you could take off your nose. So I think by moving my head down to the razor gives me a little bit more control. Oh, what a beautiful shave. Yeah, just beautiful all the way around. A little bit of cleanup. I had some issues right here and right here. I think the whiskers grow in some weird directions, so I have to spend a little bit more time there lately. But other than that, we just do the standard buffing and flat blading. And I found that that flat plating really works on that area that I was having issues with. And I'll even do that on the way up. That's something new that I'm trying. And it is a little sketchy. When I do that, because it's just something so new. And there's more contours to go around. All right. So I know this video is probably a little bit longer than normal. So again, the razor for today was the Soligen Souvenir of Germany. Just a beautiful, beautiful razor. And this was the Wednesday razor. Oh yeah, this is definitely dolphin skin smooth, very slick. And that's another thing about the clown puke, is the residual slickness is unreal. No alum sting at all. That basically shows how well that blade is honed. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a sting, but not much. We'll let that percolate, as they say. And again, the brush was the Grey Dog Keyhole and the TSC Clown Puke. And again, if you haven't made a Clown Puke tub, you should. It's going to go down as one of the best shaves of the week, I think. Okay, to begin the smorgasbord of stuff, we did use the pre-shave oil from CBL, and I gotta say, it did make a difference. I think I really do. So that was very nice. For the witch hazel, where you're going to be using CBL Litzia Cubeba, very lemony, stronger than Thayer's lemon, but just a wonderful feeling on the skin. Let that dry down for a few seconds. So I hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. I don't have a dog in this fight. My Steelers, well, let's just say my Steelers screwed the pooch again. So, but I am rooting for San Francisco. I'd like to see San Francisco win it. obviously because my buddy Nurse Dave lives in San Francisco, and I've got another buddy that lives in Kansas City area, actually a couple. So it's kind of that, but unfortunately, frankly, the reason why I decided, and this may be controversial, the reason why I decided on San Francisco is I just got sick of the whole Kelsey Swift hype, to be honest with you. It's like, it's football. Let's just play football. You know, it requires a team, not just one person or the girlfriend of one person. So anyway, that's enough. Okay, for the aftershave today, one I use in the shop quite often, and you'll see that a lot of barbers will use it, and it's Roselle. Just a wonderfully, wonderfully nice, citrusy, but maybe with a little bit of wood in it, but it's very slick. And it's just, you can feel the skin properties in this. And it's just a wonderful aftershave. One thing I will say is one of my good buddies, Stephen Hasey, excuse me, had said, is there any, he was looking at my community blog over on the TSC, or my shave of the day, and he asked, he said, is there anything in your shave den that you absolutely don't like? Well, you know, you have all this stuff in a shave den for a reason, because you want to shave with it. But over time, you start accumulating stuff that either falls out of favor or, wow, foggy day, or you just don't like anymore. So I think I'm going to start a series next week for 3 days of all the crap that I'll probably never shave with again. And that's just my opinion. For some people, they think it's great stuff. For others, not so much. So I'm going to try to go through and do a shave where a razor I don't like, a soap I don't like, an aftershave I don't like, and an EDT I don't like. That's going to be a tall order. So we'll see what we can find. I can tell you there is one that I don't have the shave soap anymore, but I do have the EDT, and I love the EDT, hate everything else. So we'll see how that goes. The talc was Clubman. And to finish the smorgasbord today, we're going to be using Royal Musk. It's a really nice cologne. It harkens back, for those of us of a certain age, there were certain fragrances that we used all the time. And one of those was Jovan Musk, because when you were in high school, Jovan said that it had these special pheromones that would attract the opposite sex. Did it work? No. Well, maybe. Who knows? But we won't get into that. Anyhow, that's our shave for the day. So I hope you guys have a blessed, blessed Sunday and a wonderful, wonderful time watching the Super Bowl, if you choose to do so, because as we know, the pregame show has probably already started, and it's 5 hours away from the actual game. So I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave Shaves and Such. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. This time, I promise, for Barber Aaron Day. Take care.